Hello, welcome back to Summer, Wisconsin. This is part 2 of our video series on the perfect arrow build. You can check out video 1 right up here if you did not see that video yet. Video 2 is all about arrow prep. In this video I'm going to be cutting arrows. I'm going to be preparing the shafts so that they can be glued so we can add our inserts, our bushings, and our fletching. Hope you guys like this video. Thanks for sticking around to watch it. Spring is in the air. First thing I'm doing is cutting these arrows to 28 and a half. All right. Alright, 28 and a half inches, 12 arrows cut. Next step is to get these shafts nice and cleaned up. So we will head inside and do that now. So before I clean these shafts off, just need to square up the ends. I always square up my ends of my arrow shafts of anything that I build. Yeah, as long as you're meticulous in cleaning your shafts and doing all these little steps, you'll come up with a pretty solid arrow. There's lots of arrow building videos out there. They all have good points. If you buy a 6 or 3/1000 arrow, you can spin them in an arrow spinner and then cut the end that has the most wobble off when you're cutting your arrows. So anyways, I've squared up these arrows, these shafts. You can see here that you do get a little bit of carbon off of those arrows. It's not a lot, but it's enough to get those arrows squared up nice and neat. Here is, if you haven't fletched arrows before, you haven't used acetone before, don't get it on your wood. It's probably dumb of me to be doing it this way, to be honest, on this nice table. Just ball up the end of a paper towel, just like that. I go like this. It's not full. Shake it upside down real quick. And I just do as many as I can. And you'll see when I pull that out, it'll likely be dirty. So I'm going to put that one there. Do the next one. Okay. Do all the ends first. And this is just to make sure that your pin bushings, if you don't glue in your nocks in the back with a bushing, if you don't glue in your bushings, you don't really have to do the back half of the arrow. If you're just going to be sliding nock in there, you can leave the carbon in there if you want. Just do the front where you put your inserts in or your points in, and then you should be good to go after that. You can also just dunk these in the acetone and then use a paper towel and dry them out. I do it this way for no particular reason. Just the way I've done it. Alright, all of those ends are cleaned out. So now what I'm going to do, grab another piece of paper towel, double it up a few times, and I'm just going to clean the back side of the shafts off now. Just get enough acetone on the rag that you can get the back side of the shafts clean. And you only have to clean where you're working, and then just don't touch them after that. And you can see a decent amount of carbon comes off of those, and oils. So I clean the shafts off. I like to make them squeak like that. You know, they're nice and clean. And again, I'm just doing this on the back side of the shaft now, because that's where I'm going to be putting glue. So there you have it. These dozen arrows are now prepped and ready to be fletched. Glue in the points, glue in the pin knock bushings, basically ready to go. My plan for these is I'm going to test out 3 different fletchings. I'll do a video on just the 3 different types of fletchings. And these are for a skinny shaft. Again, these are not a hunting arrow. These are just a long range shooting arrow, a summer arrow I'm going to shoot field with. So most of your shots in field are, well, they range from 80 yards to like 20 feet or 15 feet or something like that. There's many shots at 45 plus yards. Like I think half the round is at 45 plus yards. So that's what I'm building these arrows for. That's why I'm not putting inserts in. I'm gluing in field points. And then I'm putting pin bushings on the back. If I were building this as a hunting arrow, I would possibly buy a stiffer spine. I would probably put in a heavier insert in the front, plus my broadhead. And in the back, I would probably just run a regular knock, a lighted knock, or a regular just push-in knock. I wouldn't run pin bushings on my hunting setup. So these are just arrows that I am running for field, outdoor shooting stuff. And I'm looking forward to actually getting these downrange, trying them out, and putting some groups together with some different fletchings. On that note, guys, the next steps are getting these points in, getting the bushings in, and then when my veins come in, I will fletch them up. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed video 2 in this perfect arrow build. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, you can check it out right over here on the side. If you haven't seen part 3 yet, you can also check that out right over here on the side. I'm going to put a playlist to the entire series over there, so guys, just click on that playlist and watch those videos for me. That would be a great way to help this channel grow, help the videos get recognized. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Chase, and we are Somewhere in Wisconsin.